Hello and welcome to the daily number workout. Today is the number 76 for fifth grade. So let's get started. So word form, we've been writing 70 for a few days now, so it should be pretty easy. Always two words, 76. And because there's a 6 in the ones place value, we know this is an even number. So we're writing down everything we can about the number 76. So let's start off with the factors. We have 1 times 76. We know 2 goes in. So in order to do our 2, we'll get some scrap paper here. Yep. Let's go ahead and work 76 divided by 2. So 2 goes into 7 3 times, because 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract that out. 7 minus 6 is 1. That column's done because 2 does not go into 1. So then we drop down this next place value, and 2 goes into 16 8 whole times, because 8 times 2 is 16. And that equals 0. So we have 2 times 38. 3 does not go in. 4 does. Let's flip my scrap paper over and we'll do 4 into 76. So 4 goes into 7 one whole time, because 1 times 4 is 4. We subtract that from 7 and we get 3. 7 minus 4 is 3. 4 doesn't go into 3, so we know we did that correctly. So we drop down the 6. 4 goes into 36 9 whole times, because 9 times 4 is 36. Nothing left over, so we know 4 times 19 equals 76. 5 does not go in because it doesn't end with a 5 or a 0. 6 does not go in. 7 does not go in. 8 does not go in. 9 does not go in, and we can go on and on. But if we look at our last number, number 19, it is a prime number, so we kind of know that that's probably it. So here we go. Maybe you did some more division to figure it out, but onward and upward. Number 76, 1 times 76 is 76. Let's do 2 76s. 2 times 6 is 12. Drop the 2, carry the 1. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. So we have 152. 3 76s. 3 times 6 is 18. Drop the 8, carry the 1. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1, 22. 228. 4 76s. 4 times 6 is 24. Drop the 4, carry the 2. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 2 is 30. 304. 76 times 5. 5 times 6 is 30. Drop the 0, carry the 3. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 3 is 38. That would be 380. 6 76s. 6 times 6 is 36. Drop the 6, carry the 3. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 3 is 45. 456. 7 76s. 7 times 6 is 42. Drop the 2, carry the 4. 7 times 7 is 49, plus 4 is 53. 532. 8 76s. 8 times 6 is 48. Drop the 8, carry the 4. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 4 is 60. 608. 9 76s. 9 times 6 is 54. Drop the 4, carry the 5. 9 times 7 is 63, plus 5 is 68. 684, and any number times 10 is that number with a 0 in the ones place. And we're done with our first 10 multiples of 76. All right, let's move on to fractions, percents, and decimals. I'm just going to cover these up because you should have it all written down and that you were just checking along with me. So you got to keep up, All right, so we know today is 76 out of 100. And we know that we're going to have some factor pairs. So 76 does not go into 100 evenly. So let me get out my factors of 100. So 76 is not on both of them. 38 is not on both of them. 19 is not. 4 is. So 4 is the greatest common factor. So next to the 4, write GCF, greatest common factor, that we're using today down here. So we're going to divide the top number by 4, which is the numerator, the bottom number by 4, which is the denominator. Whenever we're doing something to these fractions to make equivalent fractions, we must do the same thing to the top number that we do to the bottom number. So we're dividing by 4. We know according to our factors that 4 goes into 76 19 times. So we can write 19 here. And we know 4 goes into 125 times because 4 quarters make $1. And there we have it. 19/25 is equal to or equivalent to 76 hundredths. And so we're going to write our decimal 0 and 76 hundredths, which is 76%. And in ratios, we might find it looking like this: 76 to 100 or 76:100. Moving right along. Let's go for our word form in fractions and decimals. So we would write 76 hundredths, which would describe our fraction. Or in decimal, we would write 0 and. So that always tells us it's a decimal. 0 and 76 hundredths. And remember, our last word is always where we ended up, in the hundredths place value. All right, let's move on to money. We would just take the decimal and put it with a dollar sign. And that would read $0 and 76 cents. All right, let's move on. Now we're going into perimeter, area and perimeter. So let's start off with our first one, which would be a 76 by 1. So area would equal 76 times 1, which equals 76 square units. So if I have 76 squares and I put them in one long line, that would be what this looks like. Our perimeter then would be 76 plus 1. So it's this side plus that side plus that side, which is 76, plus this side, which is 1. And we know 2 76s equal 142 at the top of our paper. So 142 plus 2 more is 152 plus 2 more is 154 units. So that's how it would be to get all the way around it. So if I had a yard that was 76 feet wide by 1 feet deep, and then 76 by 1, it was a rectangle, I would need 154 feet of fence. All right, let's go on to the next one. So we're just going to do one of each. So the next one is 38 by 1, which equals 76 square units. So now I'm not by 1, 78 by 2. Silly me. 78 by 2. I know you're yelling at me right now. All right, so this would be a 38 plus 2 plus 38 plus 2 equals, well, 38 and 38 equals 76. Plus 4 more is 80. Notice how if we just double up those feet, all we did was double it up. So we took it from a long, skinny, and I'm just gonna show you with these cubes, but we're gonna take this rectangle, long, skinny rectangle, and we got rid of counting all these sides right here by putting them in the inside. So now our perimeter is a lot shorter, almost half as short. All right, let's go on to the next one, which would be a 19 by 4, which is 76 as well. And now we've taken these and we made it into less. I'm just going to say this is the 4. So we put it in 4 rows instead of 2. And now we have even less outside perimeter. So that would be 19 plus 4 plus 19 plus 4. And we know 19 plus 19 is 38. Plus 8 more is 46. All right, let's get jiggy with it. Here we go, volume. We're going to take our area up here and do volume. So our first volume is a 76 by 1 by 1. And that would be cubic units. So I'm just going to pretend that this is 76 long because there's no way I can manipulate that. 76 by 1 deep by 1 tall. So if you can see that, it's 76 long by 1 deep by 1 tall. Then we can say, we can turn it this way and say it is 1 wide by 76 deep by 1 tall, which would be same 76 square units. Then we're going to stand it on end like this, and we're going to say it is 1 wide by 1 deep by 76 tall. And this is so 3 of those, since there's 2 1s. Now we're going to go into 2. So we're pretending, and I'm going to add more so we can pretend better. So now we have 38 wide by 2 deep by 1 tall. Again, 76 cubic units. And then we're going to do 38 wide. And now we're going to do 1 deep by 2 tall. So do you see if I turned it up this way? So now it's only 1 deep and 2 tall. Same cubes. Then we're going to go this way and we're going to say it is 2 wide by 38 deep by 1 tall. Then we're going to say it is 2 wide by 1 deep. So I'm going to turn it up like this, 1 deep by 38 tall. And then we're going to do 1 wide by 2 deep by 38 tall. Then we're going to do, I'm just going to lay it down here. Now it is 1 wide by 38 deep by 2 tall. Nice. All right, we're moving on to the next one, which is by 4. Let me go ahead and put enough on here so that you can get a good visualization. So now we're saying that this is 19 across. So we're going to say it's 19 wide by 1 deep by 4 tall. Then we're going to say it is 19 wide by 1 deep. So we're going to go, I'm sorry, by 4 deep. Now 19 by 4 by 1 tall. We're going to do 4 by 19 by 1. So it's 4 wide by 19 deep by 1 tall. Then we're going to do 4 wide by, turn it up. Let's see if I can stand that up. Okay, there it is. 4 wide by 1 deep. It's only 1 deep here by 19 tall. And last but not least, we're going to do 1 wide by 4 deep by 19 tall. And then we do 1 wide by 19 deep by 4 tall. And as you can see, they fall apart pretty easy. All right. So there we go. The number 76 for today. Have a wonderful day. See you soon.